guys, hope you're doing all right. So I was pretty burnt out from figures and figure collecting earlier this year and late last year, and honestly most of 2022. I was really just pushing through it, hoping that eventually it would fix itself, and then, as you can imagine, it didn't. It just got worse, until eventually earlier this year, I decided to do something really wild and out there, and like, actually change things up and attempt to fix the problem. And can you imagine it? It wasn't immediate, but it did actually help. Things like, as you saw, I took a step back from figure collecting content on YouTube and really just took a step back from YouTube. So that was really helpful, especially because I was burnt out from YouTube and that was part of the problem. Like, they were their own independent things that were simultaneously making each other worse. Really nice and fun, you know? But yeah, just taking a step back on that was really helpful. As well, you know, indulging in my other interests was really helpful, as you can imagine. Having a more balance in the interests you indulge in was nice. Things like I got to drawing, which was fun. Specifically, something that I enjoy doing a lot is, you know, sitting on my bed, setting up my laptop, putting on something nice, light and fluffy. Or, I don't know if you can call this light and fluffy, but I have recently been watching What We Do in the Shadows, and it is so funny. I can't highly recommend it enough. But yeah, so I put on something that I can like enjoy, and I just draw. I just sketch in my sketchbook. No pressure on having it turn out amazing or any of this kind of thing. I just draw, you know. Sometimes I focus more on the drawing, sometimes I focus more on watching. I don't know, it's a really fun time, it's really relaxing, and it's a great way to just chill. I've been loving doing that, so there's that. Also things like, you know, getting out of the house, going to conventions, as you guys saw, was really nice, and just living outside of this room was helpful. And things like I got back into playing Overwatch, or I guess Overwatch 2 now. I've been playing with friends and I've been really enjoying it. I would probably say it's like my current fixation, if you want to call it that. But yeah, so I've been really enjoying that and just like, I don't know, just chilling. And it's been really helpful, like having a more balance in the things I'm focusing on. And then lastly, of course, the really helpful part of this was reducing how much I was shopping, and that I basically stopped altogether and canceling a bunch of pre-orders. Because I'll tell you, a big part of that burnout came from financial stress. I was absolutely spending beyond my means, and it was getting to a point that was like genuinely concerning. So yeah, I think it's important to admit that out loud, because honestly, you'd probably be surprised by how many people spend beyond their means on figure collecting, and it doesn't help with everything getting more and more expensive, and the shipping and the customs getting more expensive, and just the lifestyle being very expensive. But yeah, so all of those things definitely helped, and for the first time in a long time, it feels like, I don't know, I just feel like excited about figure collecting. I feel excited to talk about it, to make videos about it, or guys just like to make videos again, really. I don't know, I'm feeling good, I guess. I mean, if you can hear from my voice, I'm not really feeling good. My allergies have been an absolute bitch, but I did just get my Flonase, so highly recommend. I have bad allergies and I used to work in lawn care, so this was my saving grace. Not sponsored. I just like, if you got allergies, I'd say try it out. You use it every day. Anyways. I just bought it today and it's been like a saving grace. These last couple days have been actual torture. Allergies are the worst. Okay. That's not what this video is about. I'm actually mainly making this video because I wanted to go through my old pre-order list, the one that I posted in January, and I wanted to talk about the things that I canceled and kept and whatnot, and like, you know, talk about how it's all changed. And yeah, that's what we're actually doing. So starting with January, with the Miku Lamb Rock figure, this one is kept because I bought it off of Tokyo Otaku Mode, so I literally couldn't cancel it if I wanted to. But I was never really planning on keeping this. I was always planning on sending it to a friend anyways. So there's that one. Then there's the Jataka of the Deer King. This was a Mythos figure. It's already released. It's actually at my house. You might not be able to see it, but it's right there. It's with my Junior Tengu figure, which, by the way, they look beautiful together. If you have both of these figures, I highly recommend displaying them next to one another. They're amazing. Speaking of which, that figure is absolutely amazing. That's such a beautiful figure, and I cannot highly recommend it enough. I was on AmiAmi the other day. It was still available for like market value. It's very like inexpensive. It's beautiful. Get that thing. I love it. And that's how I want to feel about every single figure I get now. So that's what I'm aiming for anyways. Then there's the Miku doll. This is another one that I did go through with the purchase, and I love a lot. She is in my detolf, like I mentioned last time, and she's beautiful, and that's like my floral Miku detolf, and I love it so much. I do think that it could be improved a bit with composition wise, but that's besides the point. That is a beautiful doll. Another one I can't highly recommend enough. She's so adorable, and like, I'm so happy that I got her. I'm so happy about it. I think especially because my love for Vocaloid has only grown over time. Like, this is definitely not one. Like, this is one that it started off like kind of small, and it's just been like snowballing, you know? So yeah, really happy I got that. Then we start getting into the things that were canceled. So this wasn't technically coming out in January, but I do want to talk about both of them at the same time. And that is the Nisi Sanji Kotobukiya figures, both the white-haired dude and the brown-haired dude. I'm going to refer to them that way because I don't know their names. Originally, when I pre-ordered these, I got the white-haired dude. I wanted the white-haired dude more, and I got the brown-haired dude to complete the set. However, over the time and course of the pre-order period, I realized that I way much more like the brown-haired dude, and I don't actually care for the white-haired dude. So I canceled him. He's gone. And I just ended up picking up the brown-haired dude. Now, I originally had them pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, and I did actually put in a little bit of a deposit on that, so it does suck that I lost that small deposit. But it was definitely important that I canceled both of them off of that store. Because that is a US store. I'm Canadian, and the exchange rate from US to Canadian is like terrible, and I would have been paying a lot of money if I continued to purchase off of that store. So instead, I was just very lucky that I found brown-haired dude on AmiAmi for 18,000 yen. And that's a much better exchange rate. I did pick Surface, so he hasn't arrived yet. I don't know when he's coming in, but he is purchased and he's incoming, but the white-haired dude is canceled. Then we have the Native Otaku Circle Princess. This one I couldn't cancel because it's a native figure. You can't cancel off of there, but I did sell the pre-order, so, but technically it was canceled. Just not officially canceled. But I'm not getting the figure. You get what I mean, okay? Then I also just like a couple merch pieces here. I had the Chongyun birthday set and the child birthday set pre-ordered. I did go ahead with getting the Chongyun one, but I did cancel the child one. The Chongyun one did come in. It's like on my shelf back there, and it's very cute. It's very luxe, but for just getting basically a couple things, the packaging is kind of big, and I'm like, I kind of hate that. It's too much packaging. It feels luxe, but it's too much packaging. And that's January. And then for February, I just had the Ganyu Apex figure pre-ordered. This was one that I canceled. She's really gorgeous, actually. She is a Genshin Impact figure that I do really like, especially I love the way that they did her base, but I don't really need her. And personally, I definitely see buying figures less as, oh, she's only 15,000 yen or whatever she was, and more like, oh, that's like probably gonna be, you know, $180 to $200 depending on shipping and whatever, and it's like, okay, do I want to spend that much right now? And the answer is no, not on Ganyu. She's pretty, but I'm happy to appreciate her in other people's collections. That is something that is much stronger now. Like, I'm like, this is gorgeous and beautiful, and I think the people that have it will be so happy, and I'm gonna appreciate it in your collection. Enjoy figures much more as a community thing than just like a, what do I have? I don't know. But that was February, and then in March, we did have some merch again. So we had the Zhongli and Venti button. These ones I originally canceled, but then you might have seen Liba's vlog where I did actually end up picking them up in person. So I do have them here. They're very cute, and they're like fuzzy. I didn't know that at first, so I really like that. And they were like cheap. And then also at this time, I had 4 Cryo Slimes pre-ordered. I ended up canceling them all, and then Shout out to another video, I guess. It's just like context, but when I did get this from my time at Toronto Comic Con, just like little smaller cryo slime, which I'm much happier with. I definitely find that with merch, how do I say this? I don't really want to buy it online anymore, but I'm happy to buy it in person. Still restrict myself, don't go completely crazy, but like I want to, you know, just purchase it when I go to a convention or when I go to a store in person or something like that. Like it's not really something that I'm actively searching for online. I find that that really adds up quickly and it's just not worth it. And also I have like so much cool stuff anyways. It's like I don't need, you know, to have more keychains to hide in a box and, you know, I don't know. I don't know, but I do know, but I don't know, but I do know, you know? Okay, world's best YouTuber. And then the last thing for March was actually the Hatsune Miku pop-up parade vampire version. And probably under different circumstances, I might have canceled her since I'm not someone who really collects pop-up parades. However, I did know that I wanted to customize her. And so I really wanted to go through with getting her because, I don't know, it's like my first figure customizing experience. I don't know. And she did actually recently come. I got her from Hobby Genki, and they did send it to me, which was very kind of them. But yeah, she's here now, and I have to say, like, this is a really cute figure. The base, you know, could be better, but it also could be much worse, to be fair. But like the figure itself is really, really nice. I'm gonna save my full thoughts and whatnot for her video and go into this a little bit more then. But from what I'll say right now is genuinely, if you don't mind the base, highly recommend this figure. She's adorable. Honestly, so adorable. So yeah. And affordable. I mean, I don't know how the aftermarket's gonna be, but it looks like she's still available currently. I'm actually pre-recording this. I'm planning to have this video come out in May, and that means either it's gonna come out a couple days before I leave for Japan or while I'm in Japan. So that's exciting. Which means I don't really know how the figure is gonna be at that time, but as of mid-April, it seems like she's still available everywhere, and I'd highly recommend that you pick her up. She's adorable. Honestly, a part of me is like, I probably would have canceled her, but I'm happy that I got her because I'm happy that I didn't cancel her. Anyways, getting on to April, this might not come as a surprise considering I literally said this in my previous pre-order video, but I did cancel the Alter Ray figure. She's gorgeous, and a part of me is like, oh yeah, it would be nice to have her. But a part of me is also like, I'm at a point where the figures that I add to my collection, I want them to make me feel like they're making my collection better. I love my collection. I think reducing how much that I've spent on figures has helped me just sit with my collection a little bit longer. You know, I don't have constant incoming stuff. Instead, it's just like, this is what I have. And things like, you know, changing up the positioning of all of it. I don't know. I just find that I more actively enjoy my collection as it is now. And so it's because of this like more present gratefulness, I don't know, that it's even more important that whatever I'm adding to my collection, I feel like it's making it better as a whole versus like, I feel like with this Ray figure, I appreciate her independently. So I'm good with just letting her, you know, be appreciated on someone else's collection. And also just like 19,000 yen, that's like $200, not even including shipping and stuff like that. And I'm like, no thanks. Something I do still have pre-ordered is the Ether Kotobukiya figure.
Just wanted to jump in here because at the time of filming, I did still have him on pre-order, but I have since decided to cancel him. You know, I was kind of on the fence about whether I wanted to or not, but I just realized that when comparing him to some of the other figures I had on pre-order, I was just much more excited for them and was much more sure about them, so it helped me be more sure that I would be fine without him, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really need to. The important thing is that he's officially canceled now.
May, I never had anything to begin with, but June, we had two figures. So we had the Hemet Nethel figure, and this was one that I think is very beautiful. A part of me is like sad that I'm not getting her, but a part of me is like, she was 27,000 yen. No, that's just like, it's like way too expensive. I don't even want to have to think about trying to save up for that, especially when things like, you know, probably a consequence of things opening up again, but I want to like live my life and not feel like I have to say no to other experiences. And also like I'd like to like save money, which would be really nice. And I would much rather put that money towards a new experience. Things like I kind of impulse bought, but kind of not, the Bad Omens concert. This band was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, and thank you so much. I can't even tell you how much I love this band, and now I'm gonna get to see them live, and I'm so excited. And it's like, do I want this figure that I just think is pretty, or do I want to go to Bad Omens, you know? And then outside of that, I'm like, do I want this figure that I think is pretty, or do I want to, like, I don't know, save some money and not be stressed about my future? Like, which one? And in this case, yeah, we went with canceling the figure, and she's gorgeous, and I'm sad, but I'm also relieved. Another one that I had ordered was the Zhao Apex figure. I've been going back and forth on this one. Originally, I canceled him in the idea that it's like, oh, either I won't ever get him at all, or I'll only get him for a cheaper price than his pre-order price, which was 21,000 yen. But then his pre-order price went up to 24,000 yen, and I got stressed, and I was like, oh my god, maybe I actually do really want this figure, and I regret canceling him, and all this kind of stuff. But then I was kind of thinking more, and I was like, you know what, no, I don't want to spend anything more than, 20,000 yen for him, total, shipping and everything. I don't want to spend anything more than that. But then I'm like, if I really wanted a figure enough, I'd be willing to spend more on it. So maybe I just don't really want the Xiao figure. So I've now landed on a place where I'm like happy that I canceled him. And it was just like, it was a whole thing. And I don't think I'm gonna reorder him, and I don't think I'm gonna pick him up either. Like literally, anyways, yeah, so he's canceled too. July, I never had anything. August, I had the Pinky Promise Sakura figure. This is one that I originally got because I really loved her, but then I wanted to cancel her because I wanted the money, but then I couldn't cancel her because it's Tokyo Taka Mode. But now, I'm telling you, my love for this figure has grown so much. I can't tell you how happy I am I have this figure. I am so excited. I am so excited to the point where if we can do it, if she's not too heavy, I'm gonna literally dedicate 2 full shelves to displaying her, if she fits, obviously. Because like, I'm so excited. I don't know, maybe it's the spring, maybe it's those little pots that I thrifted and put in that D12, but I've been obsessed with florals recently. And so like, there's nothing but pure excitement. This isn't even like I'm kind of hesitant to admit it. Like, I'm so excited. I literally, like, as I'm talking, I always promise stuff and I never go through with it. So this might not happen, but it might. I literally want to make a dedicated video to her, and then I want to go to a greenhouse afterwards. I want to take you guys to a greenhouse because I just love florals and I want to share it with you guys. Like, oh my god, I am so excited for her. But it's also Tokyo Taka Mode, and I don't think I paid for the expensive shipping, so I feel like it's going to take forever for her to come. So this is a little bit like preemptive thought process, but I haven't stopped thinking about the day she comes in. I'm so excited. This is what I mean. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this stuff, man. Like, oh man. Then we had nothing for September. October we had a few things. So we had the Lily Pokemon Kotobukiya figure. This I've still kept. She's already paid for, which really helps a lot, but also she's really adorable, so I'm just really happy about that. I would have kept her pre-order anyways. I've always really liked the idea of having her, Dawn of course, and I'm still debating whether or not I want to pre-order Dawn's winter version as well. We'll have to see. I mean, when it like comes out and how I'm feeling, but yeah, I'm still really happy about her. Then we have the Maisie Red Riding Hood doll. Absolutely keeping this one. I love these Harmonia Bloom dolls. I'm really picky with dolls, so it's not a surprise that I really want this one. She's gorgeous. She's even got like the floral elements to her. I don't know, man. I'm so excited for her. She's beautiful. I'm excited. Anyways. One thing I did cancel in this month though is the Charlie T doll. He's really cute, but he's like 8,000 yen. Oh my god, I couldn't decide if I wanted to say that in Canadian or not. He's 8,000 yen, and I don't know, I just don't like him enough to keep him. I don't really feel like he'd add to my collection, and a part of me is like, oh my god, where would I put him or whatever. I don't know, so I just canceled him. It's fine. He's adorable, but I don't need to have him. And then in November, we have the Kaoru Radio Eva figure. And while we're here, something I didn't mention in my last video, but I did have pre-ordered at the time, was the Shinji Radio Eva figure. I just thought I would talk about them together because both of those are canceled. They're very expensive at like 20,000 yen each, and I think the deciding factor was the fact that I do have my Shinji Radio Eva version 1 figure, and I love this figure. Like, one of my favorite things that I own. I am so happy I have him. He was 12,000 yen, by the way, and he's still available a lot. I see him all the time. I can't highly recommend him enough, but I love him so much that I just kind of realized I'm content with him. I don't think that I love these more than I love him, and if that's the case, I'd rather not have them. I'd rather not buy them. I'd rather not have to worry about paying for them. I don't need them. They'll take up space, you know. Again, there's so many cool Radio Eva designs, so the chances of me getting another one at some point in the future is pretty high, but for now, I'm really content with that figure and I don't need these ones, so I canceled both of them. And then December was the Aerofu elf doll girl. Doll, she's not a doll. There's this one. I want to cancel her. In theory, I should cancel her. You know, I don't need her. It's like 22,000 yen because I got the upgrades because I got like the bonus faceplate. I don't even really care for the illustration though. That's very cute. I just got it for the bonus faceplate. But anyways, it's like 22,000 yen. I shouldn't have her, but I can't cancel her. Her outfit's so too cute. It's too cute. I can't do it. Every time I look at her, I'm like, I can't do it. So we're good because she's in December. If I really do have a change of mind, I can just, you know, I have lots of time to decide to cancel her, but for now I just can't do it. I just, look at that outfit, you know? She's, you know, look how adorable she is, you know? And then of course the Aoba and Kojaku native figures, I have not canceled those. That wasn't even like a thought in my mind. I felt nothing but relief since I've pre-ordered them. Love them, can't wait for them. And even more so now that in 2024, I don't have any other pre-orders. I mean, originally I think I just had like the Shinji and maybe one other. No, I think it was only the Shinji. But in 2024, I literally only have them and it's kind of like, oh, perfect. Honestly, if everything goes correctly, if everything goes the way that I want, I'd like to keep it that way. Obviously though, so many nice figures and stuff like that come out. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something else I pre-ordered, but for now, it's only them and I'm excited. And yeah, I feel like it doesn't feel like I've canceled a lot. I feel like it feels like I've kept quite a few, and I did, but if you actually put it next to each other, I've canceled about a little less than half of my figure pre-orders, and some of those were pre-paid for anyways. So honestly, in terms of like the difference of before canceling to after, it feels massive to me. Like it is just like, it feels like a whole different future. I don't know. And I'm really happy that I did it. Since then, I have picked up 2 more figures, one pre-order and one pre-owned off of Ami. So the pre-order was the Chainsaw Man Aki Mythos figure. So I'm honestly not a big fan of Aki, to be honest. It's not that I'm not a big fan of him, it's just more like when it comes to Chainsaw Man 1 with the characters, other than Power, and even then, I just never really felt like connected to them. I just never really cared for them in a very deep way. It was more like I was just appreciating the story as it was. But even though I can't say like I'm this huge Aki fan, I can say I'm a huge fan of this figure. I have really wanted to get something that's a little bit gory. And also like his confidence and pose and everything is like really amazing in contrast to that. So I'm really, really excited for this. This was something I got off of Hobby Genki. And so I'm just like nothing but excited for it. So yeah, so that was my one pre-order that I made, and then I did actually recently pick up a figure from pre-owned, like I mentioned. Again, like I mentioned, my love for Vocaloid has just grown exponentially. Funny enough, when I first started figure collecting back when I was in Japan, I had a friend who had a little like Miku collection, and one of the Mikus that she had was the racing Miku with the flag. I'll have a picture of it because I can't remember what year it is. And I just always like, I just thought it was so cute. I loved the red in her hair and her outfit, and it was always like a standout racing Miku to me. I'm pretty sure they're racing Mikus, but yeah. It was always a standout racing Miku to me, but yet I never actually went and tried to get any of these Mikus. So When I saw recently on AmiAmi, they had the like bike version for 18,000 yen. I like picked her up. And it felt like an impulse purchase, but it also felt like it was just about time, you know? Like, how did I not have one of these before? And I can't tell you how excited I am for this figure to come in. Literally, I just like look at her and I admire her. I am so excited. She is so adorable. I can't believe I didn't buy her until now. Like, it is just, oh my God. Like, I'm so excited. And it also made me realize, like, why haven't I been actively trying to get the other version of this, the one where she's like on the tires with like little Red Bulls or non-named Red Bulls or whatever. Like, that one's just so cute. Why haven't I tried to get that? And so yeah, anyways, that's on my like high wish list. Like, I'm going to be trying to get her. I won't pay absurd aftermarkets for her. I think I'm willing to pay within the 20,000 yen range. I don't know if I'm willing to go over that. I don't know if I'm willing to go over like 30,000 yen for this figure. I'm not sure, but like, yeah. So, I don't know. Oh my God, it feels so nice to talk about figures again. And with all of that said, oh my God. With all of that said, thank you so much to my patrons for your support on Patreon.
And I want to introduce a new segment called Show and Tell, where I give my patrons a prompt for videos and they can submit anything relating to that prompt, whether that be something they made, a picture they took, an item they own. And yeah, for this video, the prompt was something from your collection that you love. And thank you so much to Crystal Riot and Lake Parker for your submissions.
And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you guys are also enjoying figure collecting or other collections or just stuff. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye.
Hello. I don't understand your generation.